My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we wanted to look at the chart for heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne. May he rest in peace. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born using Vedic sidereal zodiac, not Western tropical zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with the sign Sagittarius rising at 12 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are supporting him in his life and how they're operating. And then we'll look and see at the timing of events in his life and what could have been done to strengthen the chart. So, Sun is ruling the house of good fortune, and it is uh, placed in the 12th house. 12th house, 6th, 8th, and 12th house are challenging houses. So any planets that are in those houses um, are weak and need to be strengthened. So this gives him good fortune through leadership in the music industry. Um, then we have challenging moon. Any Multicona signs that rule the sixth, eighth, or the 12th challenging houses um, can create some challenges. And in this case, you see the fourth sign of Cancer ruled by Moon in this eighth house. Eighth house has to do with chronic disease and childhood trauma, transformation. So he did have childhood abuse. The moon is actually placed in the first house. So this uh, creates some stress for addiction, accidents, childhood abuse, Parkinson's, which is became a chronic disease for him, dementia as well. And because moon has to do with the mind. And then Mars is ruling the house of creativity, and it is placed in, let's see here, in the first house. Um, so it gives him creativity through entertainment. The fifth house has to do with entertainment. Then we have weak placement Mercury. Mercury is also placed in the 12th house, and it has to do with communication, and it's it rules the house of career. So his career um, comes through his ability to communicate. Because Mercury's weak, some of his speech was very vulgar and crude, even in his songs. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is in the first house, ruling the chart. And he had a really strong Jupiter, giving him a lot of influence, but it's also his health indicator. So from time to time, it did cause health issues. Weak afflicted by Rahu, Venus. Venus gives income through entertainment. Venus ruling the house of income. And Venus itself has to do with entertainment. Then we have weak afflicted by Saturn. Wait a minute. Afflicted. See, Saturn is ruling the house of success in performing arts, which was music, and it is placed in the house of good fortune. It is afflicted by Rahu, but it brought him a lot of success in his career. Then we have Rahu and Ketu. They are close to his rising sign degree and afflicting 6 out of his 12 houses. The first house of health, third house of income, uh, good fortune, etc. Let's look at the timing of events. So when he was 11 years old, he had some sexual abuse. Um, during a Rahu period, and Rahu causing unexpected events. In '69, he came out with the first album on Black Sabbath during a Saturn period, Saturn ruling the house of success. His dad died and he also had his last performance in 1978 during a moon period, moon bringing death-like experiences and transformation and endings. And then last performance in Black Sabbath. Then he went solo in '80 with his first performance during a sun period, sun bringing good fortune, ruling good fortune. In '82, his a couple of his best friends died during a Rahu period. Brandy was one of them. And then in 2002, he began the reality family TV series with his family. And his wife, Sharon, underwent chemo. This is during a Saturn period. So bringing some success, but with some challenges. Then in 2003, he had a really bad accident that affected his spine during a Saturn period. Saturn has to do with the skeletal parts of the body and can be attributed to accidents. 2003, he broke a lot of records with his album, a lot of success. Also, Saturn period, Saturn ruling success. 2004, his house was burglared during a Mercury period. Mercury being in the 12th house can be associated with being robbed. In 2019, he had several spinal surgeries during a K2 period. K2 has to do with surgery. In 2020, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Also, I think during that same K2 period, unexpected events. July 22nd, 2025, during a Saturn Sun period, he passed away of Parkinson's and dementia. If you look at the transit chart on the left, you'll see the circular chart. The inner circle is where the planets were when he was born, just like the square chart on the right. And the outer circle is where the transiting planets were. So you can see that transit moon, ruling the eighth house of death-like experiences, was afflicted by natal K2, which bringing unexpected events. And K2, transit K2 was afflicting Mars, Mars afflicting K2 also. So what could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, Kavash, let's see. Doing charity work would be transforming Rahu, K2, and Moon, helping women, Moon. And I think he did some of that. He did have a fairly long life. Now, the rest of his benefic planets could be strengthened with my favorite remedy at Kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for his benefic planets. If you'd like to get a Kavash, get a reading, learn Vedic astrology, you can go to Vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening. And condolences to Ozzie's family.